10 surprising things every wife must know about her husband. Learn which facts are crucial to have for a happy marriage. Demystifying your man. Whether you recently said I do or just celebrated a double-digit anniversary, you can probably spout off a lot of info about your husband, his middle name, where he was born, his favorite food, but knowing these 10 other things can bring you closer than ever. Find out why, and try these relationship strategies to ensure your husband is anything but a mystery.
Number 1. When he needs space. Sharing office news, the kids' schedules and the latest neighborhood drama as soon as your husband walks in the door each night can backfire. Most women want to immediately connect at the end of the day. For a lot of guys, they need their space more than ever then, says Les Parrott III, Ph.D., a psychology professor and co-author, with wife and marriage therapist Leslie Parrott, ed., of The Good Fight, How Conflict Can Bring You Closer. Give your hubby a few minutes to unwind when he comes home. You're more likely to get his undivided attention if you wait. Number 2. When he's really listening. If it seems like your husband constantly tunes you out, consider this. Men may look at other areas of the room while still paying attention, according to Deborah Tannen, author of You Just Don't Understand, Women and Men in Conversation, who reviewed videotapes of same-sex best friends talking. Rather than focus on where your husband's gaze lands during conversations, note how he responds to you. If your words are truly falling on deaf ears, Rachel A. Sussman, a relationship specialist and author of the Breakup Bible, suggests gently telling him you feel he isn't listening. Then, let him respond. Don't accuse or blame him, she advises. Number 3. The most productive way to fight. Arguments happen in any good marriage. But there's a wrong and right way to fight. Through a study conducted to predict how long couples would stay married, researchers discovered, not surprisingly, that yelling during fights often led to divorce. But so did approaching arguments differently from one's spouse. Say, one spoke calmly and the other avoided the conversation. Ask yourself, when would I want to have this conversation, suggests Sussman. Then, think about what might work best for your husband. Assessing both your moods can help you pinpoint the best time for a constructive argument. Number 4. And when an argument is going nowhere. For some disagreements, there's just no productive way to fight it out. To find out if you're gearing up for a purposeful fight, rate the importance of the topic. If it's a core value, like how to raise your children or which city to live in, rank it highly. If it's not, like the color of a new bedspread or what to have for dinner, it may not be worth an argument. Next, determine if you and your husband are ready for the discussion. If either of you are tired, hungry or distracted, don't get into a conversation about something important, Dr. Leslie Parrott advises. Number 5. Which topics set him off? Maybe it's talking about his mom's flavorless cooking or his late nights at work. Dr. Les Parrott says it's important to know where the emotional landmines are. If you step on one, you can expect an explosion, he says. But you can't avoid all hot topics. Find the right space and time to talk about these issues, he suggests. Plus, try to understand your husband's side, and then approach him in a non-threatening way. You might say, I'm not looking to upset you. I'm just looking for a solution to an issue that's causing me a lot of pain, Sussman offers. Number 6. How, and when, to be his support system. Couples who say they have strong spousal support and face daily stress have 50% higher rates of marriage satisfaction. While wives equate affection and warmth with support, husbands feel supported when they're appreciated, needed and receiving offers to help with errands. Not sure if your hubby needs you? Ask him. Mind reading is outlawed. Volunteer to tackle some tasks on his list so he can recharge. And tell him how much you appreciate him as a partner to give him a boost. Number 7. When he's not loving your love life. If your man isn't showing signs he wants to have sex, perhaps he usually kisses your neck or gives you a telltale look, then it's time to rekindle the fire. Dr. Leslie Parrott says couples reconnect when they try out-of-the-box activities together. Women experience intimacy through communication, so we often underplay sharing something novel, she says. Plan a date that'll get you both in the mood. Some ideas: sign up for a race, head to the museum, or take a cooking class to, turn up the heat. Number 8. How he views his role as husband and father. Whether it's just you two or you plus kids, you and your husband have equally important family roles. And it's vital that you recognize how he views his part and respect it. Of course, that's a two-way street, but it's even more important for men, says Dr. Les Parrott, who adds that respecting his role helps him feel close to you. Fight the urge to cast your husband into specific parts without his input. And keep in mind that you don't always have to be in sync with parenting. Differences in temperament and style are key to parents' success and the enjoyment of parenting, Dr. Black says. Number 9. What his dream job, or vacation or car, is. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life, but happy couples discuss each other's hopes and dreams to build and sustain intimacy, says Dr. Black. Make it a point to regularly talk to your husband about, well, him. Find out his career goals for the next few years, or just hear about his favorite book, TV show, or food of the moment. Then, reciprocate by telling him more about you. Communication helps you grow with each other instead of apart. Number 10. That you don't know everything about him. No matter how much you communicate with your husband, you can never completely know him, and that's okay. It's never good to believe you know anything about your partner for sure and therefore not ask, says Dr. Black. It's vital that you and your husband continually get to know each other, adds Sussman. If you're growing, you have to continue to catch up with each other. That means there's at least one enjoyable thing you can do each week. Get to know, and fall in love with, your husband all over again.